Is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedito. Always open, always local.
Ahead on primetime, he was involved in a high-speed chase before being shot by an airport cop. Now the suspect is suing the GIAA.
Shift our resources to the front end, get people primary access to primary care and to prevention.
Plus, better access to health care. One lawmaker introducing a chunk of bills hoping to address the shortage of primary care providers and more. And senators are in session. At least one of two measures to fix Simon Sanchez High makes it onto the agenda.
Day and good evening.
He's suing the Guam International Airport Authority and the airport police officer who opened fire. Joshua John Antwon Mesa was both the suspect and victim in a high-speed chase last year that started in Tizan and ended in Harmon.
While both he and the officer face criminal charges in the Superior Court of Guam, Mesa has since filed a $300,000 lawsuit on grounds his Fourth Amendment rights were violated. Court documents give us a closer look. The airport's investigation cleared the shooting officer of any wrongdoing, but the victim disagrees and is taking his case to the federal court. Filed late Friday afternoon, Joshua Mesa alleges his Fourth Amendment rights, the right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures, were violated when Guam International Airport Authority police officer Vincent R.Q. Castro opened fire and shot him in the lower back. To make his case, Mesa gives a play-by-play of the events that unfolded on June 15, 2016. Mesa states he was driving a motorcycle without plates in the Home Depot parking lot when he encountered a GIAA patrol vehicle. Mesa drove off and the officers followed as he turned onto Marine Corps Drive and beyond their jurisdictional territory, all the way to Hamburger Road. Mesa states he did not exchange words with the officers, nor was he armed or appear to be a threat to anyone in the area. As he passed their vehicle, Mesa alleges he was shot in his buttocks, causing him to lose control and crash the bike. But what happened next? Mesa says he laid on the ground bleeding and in fear he would be shot at again, with no aid from either of the two officers, one of whom he heard saying, quote, "Yeah, par, I shot him. I shot his expletive," end quote. Mesa's complaint cites the Airport Police Division's general orders, policies, and directives that an officer shall not fire from or at a moving vehicle as it affects accuracy, shall not fire at a fleeing felon, shall only draw their weapon from its holster to defend themselves or others from imminent danger, and should only pull the trigger as a last resort. Mesa says at no time did officers have reason to believe he was armed or dangerous. GIAA is a named defendant as Mesa alleges they failed to properly investigate the shooting and condoned Castro's actions. Mesa believes Castro should have been discharged for a, quote, pattern or practice of using excessive force in his employment and private life. Castro remains employed with airport police. Although he was placed on administrative leave shortly after the incident, he returned to work after the agency's investigation deemed the officers responded with the appropriate use of force. Mesa seeking $300,000 in damages plus attorney's costs. He is represented by attorney Leonardo Rapadas, who did not return our calls as of news time. GIAA spokesperson Rolanda Faasumalee could only confirm the agency has received the complaint and is reviewing the matter with legal counsel.
Both Mesa and Castro recently pleaded not guilty to their respective charges in the local court. Well, it was a terrifying experience for a woman and her Dedito family. Police now asking for your help to find the suspect involved in an apparent home invasion. Around 4 o'clock, a woman this morning was awoken to an unknown man touching her. There was a struggle before he took off. Medics showed up to treat the victim. The suspect is described as being a man with tan skin and a slim build. He is also said to have a faux hawk haircut. He was shirtless but holding a white t-shirt and wearing brown pants. If you have any information, you are urged to please contact Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-4357. All calls will be kept confidential. And remember, if your tip leads to an arrest and conviction, you will be eligible to receive a reward of up to $1,000.
Some late-breaking news. The Guam Police Department is assisting in search efforts for two teen boys who escaped the Department of Youth Affairs just before 4 p.m. today. Both boys are 16 years old and they're Chamorro. One stands around 5 feet 2 inches, weighing 125 pounds and wearing a light brown shirt and brown shorts. The second male stands at 6'1", weighing around 180 pounds, wearing a red shirt and quick-dry shorts with a camouflage print. Though not criminal offenders, both are classified as status offenders, which means they are juveniles charged for conduct that would not be a crime if committed by an adult. If you have any information, you're urged to call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP.
Well, some alarming news to report now. If you dine at the Micronesian Mall food court in the last few days, you may have noticed a number of vendors shut down. According to Public Health Director James Gillen, inspectors were conducting a routine site visit when they spotted roach infestation as well as other health code violations. That all prompting automatic shutdowns of 7 total vendors.
We inspected all of the vendors, and the ones that had the infestation we got. So the rest of the ones that were still open, people shouldn't be concerned about. And we expect that once the vendors that were closed are open, people should not be concerned, because that means we had the problem controlled.
At least 2 of those businesses have since been cleared and allowed to reopen.
An island with quality health care, one lawmaker has introduced a handful of bills hoping to address the shortage of primary care providers and more.
Valerie Marigue joins us with the details.
Chris and Nick, with the hopes to provide access to better health care for island residents, Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. was on a roll today after he introduced 10 health care related bills. The chairman for the Committee on Health introduced bills 124 to 133. It's legislation varying from allowing visiting physicians temporary permits, helping to ease the shortage of healthcare providers, to a Medicaid expansion pilot program, helping those requiring financial assistance for healthcare. In a press conference today, Rodriguez explained that universal healthcare does exist on island via the Guam Memorial Hospital, where many seek the hospital as a last resort, but is costlier for island residents who are paying for the uninsured.
It's costlier where people are sicker, and it takes a lot more to be able to treat them. So the whole intent of this is to kind of shift that, our resources to the front end, get people primary access to primary care and to prevention, and be able to get them healthier.
Bill 132 uses funds allocated to Guam under the Affordable Care Act, as well as contributions from federal, local employers and employees. Other bills include legislation for visiting foreign physicians, giving them limited permits, allowing them to practice under the supervision of a Guam licensed physician. Bill 127 allows for military healthcare professionals the ability to serve the community in a volunteer aspect, but there are no guidelines in place allowing this to happen.
We've actually been approached by physicians from Naval Hospital that say, hey, we want to be able to come out and support this and provide services to the community, giving back to the community.
To read bills 124 through 133 in their entirety, you can go to the legislature's website at guamlegislature.com. Chris and Nick, back to you.
Thanks, Valerie, for that report.
A pair of bills that would fund repairs at Sanchez High School was first up for discussion during today's session. Senator Regine Bisco-Lee made the motion on Bill 94. The measure would authorize the de-appropriation of fiscal year 2017 savings realized from the legislative branch salary reduction and reappropriate the funds to the Department of Education to make repairs at SSHS. However, the motion failed to get enough votes to move forward. Senator Josephine Augustin then made a motion on Bill 87. That measure would transfer $430,000 from the Capital District Fund to DOE for repairs at Sanchez for the next 2 years while an educational facility is constructed. 9 voted in favor of the motion, and it was moved to the agenda.
We started it, and the governor was looking for money, and unfortunately, he was able to give the 1.5 first for Sanchez and for the other schools. And I'm hoping that everything works right and we'll be able to pass this hopefully by the end of the week.
In special message, Governor DeCalvo encouraged lawmakers to move on the measures. He says he is glad to see that DOE is moving forward with the repairs for schools using the $1.5 million it requested from the administration, but Calvo says it was unfortunate lawmakers have not moved on releasing the more than $500,000 that DOE officials have requested.
I just hope that the senators are able to do their part and help ensure that our public school system gets the additional appropriation they need to do other repairs this summer.
Meantime, session resumes tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Safety first. That's the message behind the Guam Department of Education's School Safety Conference that kicked off at Uguru High this morning. Over 200 participants joined the event that caters to support staff at all 41 public schools. Program Coordinator Terry Napati.
Guam Police Department, they're very busy.
We are excited. Today's our first day. It was really busy in the beginning, but our registration process was very smoothly. We encourage schools to send their staff. I think we're kind of closed, but they can give us a call or shoot me an email to see where they can be plugged in it.
The conference provides a wealth of information on topics ranging from truancy to drug abuse. GPD's Domestic Abuse Response Team also presenting today on how sexual assault cases should be handled at the school level. Over 20 presentations are scheduled over the next week.
Delayed another week. The rides may be going up, and though the Liberation Carnival is set to start this Wednesday, it won't be opening for another week. Mayor's Council of Guam Executive Director Angel Sablan says the carnival will now open on Tuesday, July 4th at the Paseo grounds to coincide with the Liberation Queen's coronation. Today was also the last day for potential vendors to sign up, but Sablan says many vendors cannot afford the cost to run all week long. So after its initial start, the carnival will only open from Wednesday through Sunday. The Mayor's Council has been working to make the carnival a success without casino gambling, historically the financial backbone for it. Meanwhile, the casino facility is still up at the Paseo grounds. Investors for that are looking to get all of the money back for the construction and supplies. Big congratulations to Mia Brianne Concepcion Moya of Santa Rita. It was announced that she is the 73rd Liberation Queen of Guam. The 18-year-old is the daughter of the late Francisco D. Moya and Celine Concepcion Moya, and a recent grad of Notre Dame. Moya is sponsored by the Santa Rita Mayor's Office. She raised a record-breaking $55,000. More than $143,000 was raised by all candidates this year.
Well, stick around for more news. Coming up, the sale of a local telecom company has been approved by the FCC. That and more when Primetime returns.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on. And the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, health care that's always there for you.
Spider-Man is the only hero in town. There's Pizza Man with Cheesy Bites Pizza. He has superhuman strength. He has that crowd-pleasing Cheesy Bites Pizza and his 28 poppable cheese-filled bites. No one out-pizzas the Hut. See Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters July 7th.
Drive and discover at Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus in Mighty. With Guam's best warranty, there's no better time to drive a Hyundai Accent starting at $11,995 or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. It's not just newer, it's better. SUV lovers, check out the Hyundai Tucson, J.D. Power's top-ranked small SUV starting at $19,995 or save $4,500 and see the advantages that put the Hyundai Santa Fe at the head of its class. Get to Cars Plus today to drive and discover the quality and value that is Hyundai. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes, from caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities. Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Matson.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Remembering our little angels, a special tribute was held today for 12 unborn fetuses that were a result of miscarriages. The unborn were given a proper resting place at the Pico Cemetery. Today, the burial followed a solemn mass offered by Coadjutor Archbishop Michael Burns. Mike Chrysostomo is the executive director of Camelin Caradat, which has oversight the pro-life committee. He says the fetuses were collected from GMH.
This Mass is significant because it reminds us that life is valuable from the moment of conception to natural death. And unfortunately, these 12 fetuses were not able to be given that life. And so it's a reminder for all of us that we ought not to take for granted the life that God has blessed us with, and that we should be able to give respect and defend life from all stages.
Mike says the pro-life committee hopes to work with legislators to put in place laws that protect all stages of life.
Guam's reefs are facing yet another warning, just as other parts of the world start to show signs of recovery.
And this as areas across the globe come to the tail end of the third coral bleaching event. Isa Baza has more.
This is a major threat, and it's Guam, it's everywhere. Coral reefs everywhere are facing coral bleaching, they're facing ocean acidification because of global climate change.
National Coral Reef Management Fellow Whitney Hoot said the problem first started back in 2013.
So we bleached in 2013, 2014, pretty severely.
About 85% of Guam's corals bleached in 2013, and by the next year, roughly half of the island's branching staghorn corals died because of bleaching. Another bleaching event happened in 2016, and now
we are in a coral bleaching warning. And within 1 to 4 weeks, we're expected to reach coral bleaching alert level 1, and that comes from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, their Coral Reef Watch program, and at alert level 1, coral bleaching is likely.
The end result could mean a loss of not only coral, but fish that rely on these reefs to survive.
When the corals die, they very quickly kind of break down, and you kind of lose that structure. You have a lot of biodiversity loss, so with fish and corals and other species that depend on reefs.
Hoot said with a shortage of scientists on island, NOAA relies on members of the community to help identify when these bleaching events begin. The Eyes of the Reef Marianas started back in 2015, and so far over 150 residents have been trained on how to spot and report coral issues to NOAA.
And that's kind of our early warning system.
Scientists then try to assess how the damage can be mitigated. The next training session takes place at the PD Church Social Hall on June 28th at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, those interested in becoming National Coral Reef Management Fellows can now apply for the 2-year placement online. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Thanks, Isa. In business headlines, the sale of GTA to a company controlled by the family of Utah-based billionaire industrialist John Huntsman has been approved by the Federal Communications Commission. Huntsman's family investments will be the third owner of the former government phone company since it was privatized in 2005.
Nestor Lacanza reports.
The FCC issued a public notice dated June 22nd announcing that transfer of control was granted to venture capital firm Forager Holdings, owned by the Huntsmans. Family representative Paul Huntsman appeared before the Guam Public Utilities Commission in April seeking preliminary approval of the deal.
We like businesses that have a very strong technology platform to them, or in essence, a very high barrier to entry. We also like the strong legacy of this business.
Family patriarch Paul Huntsman Sr. made his fortune primarily in chemicals and plastics, but the family business is also involved in charitable efforts. For example, it operates the Huntsman Cancer Institute, the world's largest cancer research facility.
Like a lot of investment groups, virtually all of our proceeds from all of our investments funnel right back into our humanitarian endeavors, something my parents established 15 years ago.
The financial details of the deal were not disclosed. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thanks, Nestor. There are hundreds of children in need of school supplies when classes begin this August. Last year, roughly 200 received help from a school supplies drive headed by Catholic Social Services and GTA Tele-Guam. This year, they kicked off the 4th annual Back to School Supply Drive by donating $1,500 to CSS. Anyone who wants to help out can do so by dropping off school supply donations to boxes at the GTA locations from now through August 3rd.
A major cash infusion for Guam announced by the Interior Acting Assistant Secretary for Insular Areas, Nicolau Pula. More than $500,000 in technical assistance grants funding is being given to the territory for several programs, including $200,000 for public health to improve its automation in processing various applications, $13,000 at Guam Police for the Mandanya Community-Oriented Policing app so that the community can report crimes happening in their village right away. Also $94,000 to Guam Fire for the dozen self-contained breathing apparatus units, along with $75,000 going to Guam OPA and $127,000 to Guam Homeland Security and the Office of Civil Defense.
It's been a rather historic Pride Month on Guam. Some were seen sporting the colors of the rainbow during yet another historic moment today. Senator Regine Bisco-Lee presented Resolution 158 to commend all those involved in promoting the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of the LGBT community on Guam.
The LGBTQ community becomes the family that you make, because in many places in our country, parents, families, and even churches struggle to include and accept their sons and daughters simply because of who they are or who they love.
KUAM will also have a special one, the first ever Pride March on Guam held earlier this month. Stay tuned for air dates.
Coming up is sports. Dave Delgado has the recap from the annual United Flame Poll.
What can I say? My family was tired of seeing red from internet data caps. We switched to GTA and life is good again. Sure, it took a bit of time for some of us to adjust to our newfound internet freedom.
Don't turn off the show. How does it end?
Relax, honey. The data limits are gone. You can watch the whole show now. But we're all happy with the change, and I think it's even earned me some cool points.
You rock, Mom.
That's right. It's getting lit up in here. How about that?
Okay. So I need to finish this homework now.
Okay, I'm done. My son, though, he's in the midst of a serious rebellion. Rebelling against an alien invasion, that is.
Free yourself. Switch to GTA Home Internet today. Truly unlimited with no data caps or additional usage fees.
A wise man once said that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. You don't always see that 10% coming when you get hurt or feel the devastation. For over 40 years, Alpha Insurers reacts quickly for you to provide you with peace of mind. Always. Alpha Insurers, protecting your good things in life.
Spider-Man isn't the only hero in town. Look, there's Pizza Man with Cheesy Bites Pizza.
Thanks.
And it's 28 poppable, cheese-filled bites baked into the crust. Spider-Man has Spidey sense. Pizza Man has Cheesy Bites Pizza. He climbs walls. He climbs stairs. Spider-Man has superhuman strength. Pizza Man has, yup, that super cheesy, crowd-pleasing Cheesy Bites Pizza. No one out-pizzas the Hut. See Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters July 7th.
People are talking about the new Buick. With 4 fresh new models to choose from. And what are they saying?
Your new Buick is so cute.
Love the new Buick. That's a Buick?
Sweet Buick.
Experience the new Buick.
See your Buick dealer and get a $3,000 purchase allowance on select 2017 Buick Encore vehicles in stock. Visit AutoSpot Buick today.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. United Airlines plane pool event raised over $29,000 to help battle against cancer. 43 teams took part in the friendly competition, looking to take home this year's bragging rights. The 12th annual United Plane Pool Towing the Lines to Save Lives took place at the Teason Hangar over the weekend. 43 teams taking part in the friendly competition and fundraisers to battle cancer. Teams took turns pulling a United Boeing 737 aircraft weighing 145,000 pounds, 12 feet in the fastest time.
So, we're really excited that, United Airlines has the ability to get teams together in a fun way to raise funds against the fight for cancer. We are unique in our ability to get people to pull an airplane, and every year we try to change the event up, and this year we're really excited about all of the fun family activities we have. While it really is a fundraising event for cancer, we recognize that a lot of families participate against this battle.
The first place team in each division, male and co-ed, will receive 2 United round-trip tickets to the U.S. via Honolulu. The group that wins the Team Spirit Award will receive 2 United round-trip tickets to Asia or Micronesia.
With all the tens of thousands of dollars that we're raising in the support in the fight against cancer, we're sharing those funds equally across American Cancer Society and the Guam Cancer Care organizations, who do a fantastic job supporting the communities and families here on Guam.
Results from the men's division: first place went to the FD All-Stars, sponsored by Moylan's Net Care, with a time of 4.61 seconds. Second place went to the AB Wanpat International Airport Authority, Guam, Team Guam International Airport, with a time of 4.78 seconds. Third place went to Docomo Pacific, Team 1 Marianas, with a time of 5.37 seconds. Co-ed division: first place, Department of Defense, Team 1, sponsored by DZSP 21, with a time of 4.66 seconds. Second place went to Fire Family, sponsored by Guam Visitors Bureau, with a time of 4.75 seconds. And third place went to Department of Defense, Team 2, sponsored by DZSP 21, with a time of 4.99 seconds. In tennis news, Conor Ferrin of the United States and Bernardo Saraiva of Portugal were crowned 2017 doubles champions of the Kings Guam Futures Tennis Tournament, an ITF Pro Circuit event presented by Docomo Pacific and Hilton Guam Resort and Spa. The duo stayed perfect in the doubles draw as the number 3 seed. They beat out number 4 seed Masaki Sasai and Shunru Takashima in straight sets, 7-6-1, 7-6-4. Ferrin is next registered to play in the Canada F3 Futures this week, and Saraiva is next registered to play in the Portugal F9 Futures. Hiroyasu Ihara won the singles event of the 2017 Kings Guam Futures Tournament. This was his second ITF Pro Circuit title of the year. Ihara defeated one of his tennis role models growing up, Takao Suzuki, a Japan legend, in 2 hours and 20 minutes, 6-4, 4-6, 6-3. Ihara was just 4 years old when Suzuki turned professional and just entered his teens when Suzuki played highly competitive matches against Roger Federer at the 2005 Australian Open and again at home in Japan a year later. The Guam Futures is the highest level professional tournament in Guam, with the 2017 tournament featuring players and officials from Japan, Korea Republic, Australia, New Zealand, United States, Portugal, Switzerland, Great Britain, Hong Kong, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands. Now for some basketball highlights from the GYBA Boys U14B Division. Mavericks Blue and the Yellow Jackets balling up at the Antwon Gym. Mason Bonner with the baseline jumper. Mavs ball looking to attack the rim. Ball rolls off the rim and picked up by Xander Kamai. Kamai with the bounce pass up court to Michael Franco, who gets the layup to go after getting by the defense. The Yellow Jackets picked up the win 33-30 behind some solid defense, using the press to force turnovers. Rolando Olette with the Antwon basket here in his team's win. Hey, anything sports, hit me up, sho@kuam.com. That's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
These used cars are Nissan certified, and let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy.
Half a day. We've just increased your data for free, so you can enjoy more apps, like this Diddy app. You plus more data. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
You can't choose who sits next to you. But at least you can choose two of your favorites from McDonald's McPick 2 menu.
Choose any two at McDonald's for $3. A McDouble sandwich, a medium fry, or a medium drink. McPick 2 for $3 for a limited time.
The hot summer savings event is going on now at Triple J. With only 1.9% financing on all new vehicles, now is the time to buy. Plus, receive a free $500 Kmart gift certificate with every purchase. Get unbelievable deals on all remaining 2016s and all new 2017 models. That's right, 1.9% financing on all Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Lincolns, Volvos, Mazdas, and Kias. Plus a